What's up everyone, TerraQuake here, and welcome back to the Pokemon White walkthrough. In the last episode, we made our way across the Tube-Line Bridge and made it here to Route 9 where we took on a bunch of bikers and, really just cool guys out here. And then we also checked out Shopping Mall 9. But it's time to move on into Opelousas City, home of the 8th and final gym in the Unova League. So, right off the bat, you're going to notice that, well, if you have like two copies, one black, one white, you're going to notice that they look different. In Pokemon Black, the city's going to look a lot more futuristic, and in Pokemon White, it's going to look, more traditional. So, of course, I'm playing Pokemon White, so I don't have these like futuristic buildings. But as soon as you get in here, you're going to see Alder and Getsis going on another tangent. Like, we just saw this dude in the Relic Castle, and then on the Tube Line Bridge, and now here he is again. I mean, that's like a record for the most times we've seen Getsis in a certain time span. But he's going to go on about liberating Pokemon, same old stuff since Accumula Town. And me and Alder are kind of just chilling in the back. And then afterwards, they'll leave, and the two people that will stick around are the two people you see off to the right. Let me restart. Those people are the two gym leaders. And that's right, there are technically two gym leaders in Opelousas City. However, you only fight one of them because in Pokemon Black, you're going to battle Drayden, the dude with the white hair and the, really cool beard. And then in Pokemon White, so for me, you're going to fight Iris, who's the girl that is talking to him. She's at the bottom right now. So yeah, depending on the game you're playing is the gym leader you're going to take on. Literally, other than that, their teams are the exact same. I already checked. So it's really just the only difference is the person that you are battling against. So anyways, Alder kind of gets them caught up on what's going on with the legendary dragon Pokemon and stuff. So Alder is going to head back to the Pokemon League, while Drayden and Iris are going to head back to their house in order to tell us about the legendary dragon story. So Iris is sort of going to take us over there, but then you'll be free to explore the city in just a bit. Drayden's house is back down that little alleyway, but before we get to that, we're going to do a bunch of other things around the city first. So, once again, it's going to look a little different if you're playing Black. However, the items and people will still be the same. This old man right here will give you a free prop every single day for the Pokemon Musical Theater. So, yeah, and it's a different prop every time, of course. Let me head back outside. I know there's a hidden Max Repel just below the Pokemon Center. I think it's somewhere around here, maybe around the vending machine. I'm probably not going to be able to find it. Is it back here in this corner? Hey, it is. So right below the vending machine. Nice. All right. So let's go. Let's just work our way left to right, I guess, and then that will lead us back to Iris, and we can continue on with the story. So in the top left is the gym, but as you can see, since both of them are back at their house, it is closed off for now. And over to the right of the gym, we can head on in this house, and we can get the Destiny Knot. I forget if it's from you. It is from you. So yeah, Destiny Knot will make the Pokemon attracted to you if it makes you fall in love with it, if that made any sense. Anyways, now we can take on the Battle House. So the Battle House will differ, once again, if you're playing Pokemon Black or White. This guy right here will tell you the kind of directions. I mean, they're really not directions. Basically, if you're playing Pokemon White, this Ace Trainer and the Ace Trainer upstairs will do triple battles. In Pokemon Black, it will be rotation battles. Same thing as the guy we fought in Driftvale City. So I'm going to go ahead and take these people on real quick. Alright, those triple battles were not too bad at all. This lady had a Mienfoo, Elgium, and Pawniard. The other guy down below had the 3 elemental monkeys. So you don't get any reward for defeating them, but it's just some nice EXP that you can get before taking on the gym. Right up there is Route 10, but the entrance to that will be blocked, so don't worry about it right now. Don't worry about that house. All we can really do now is, well, you can also go to another route this way. However, that is also blocked off. You actually won't be able to get to that route until the post-game. So we are going to heal up real quickly after those battles, and then we'll get to the dragon story. It's gonna take a little while, but there's also an item you can pick up on the second floor of Drayden's house, which is pretty nice. So we'll get to it in just a second. I don't think I need to stock up on any healing items or any of that stuff. So let's go talk to Iris and get this story going. It's, again, it's gonna be a lot of dialogue, But basically, from what I know, I mean, I don't know, Pokemon lore that well, but I've seen videos and stuff. Used to, what am I trying to say? Used to Reshiram and Kyurem were one Pokemon. You can already tell I don't know the lore very well. But basically, Reshiram and Zekrom were a legendary dragon Pokemon that was owned by like two brothers, but the brothers couldn't decide and they were always fighting with each other. So then eventually the dragon split and Zekrom represents something and Reshiram represents something else, basically what the two concepts that the brothers believed in, and that's how they became two separate legendary Pokemon. So anyways, yeah, that's the best I could explain it. I just spammed day through that conversation. But as you can see, Iris is going to go off to the gym. If you're playing Pokemon Black, then Drayden will walk off to the gym. Now, real quickly, you can grab a float stone from this football player. And also, I realized I skipped over the building that was behind the Pokemon Center, but if you have a Pokemon from the opposite version that knows Charge, he will give you a cell battery. Not sure why it has to be that specific, but if you have it, you can get a cell battery from a guy in that house. But anyways, you'll see that the gym is not blocked off anymore, and we can head on inside. The gym has like the two dragon heads out front, which I think looks sick. But unfortunately, on the inside, well, first of all, fortunately, we're going to get a fresh water from Clyde, of course. But unfortunately, this gym isn't really my favorite because, look, it's supposed to have a lot of trainers. In my opinion, I think it might have like one too many. But, and it's supposed to be tough because it's the 8th gym. I'm fine with it being harder. I'm fine with it being, a dragon type gym. But just this puzzle is kind of lame, and it just has you doing a lot of walking. And again, I feel like there's just one too many trainers. I think there's like 8 of them in here. And yeah, basically, the whole idea is that you're walking around this path, stepping on these switches, and that will like move one of the dragon's arms, or it will move its head in order for you to reach more platforms. And you kind of get around that way. In my opinion, I like the Black 2 and White 2 version of this gym a lot better, because that's where you're like standing on your own dragon and then you like hit the switch and you like clash with the other dragon. In my opinion, I think that's pretty sick, but unfortunately here in Black and White, you've got to deal with this gym. And as I said, there's a ton of trainers. I'll be cutting out a few of these battles because I know the gym battle, I'm not the most confident heading into this gym fight. I will say off camera before starting this video, I did give Musharna Shadow Ball. I also gave Shadow Ball to Jellicent in replacement for Ominous Wind. And then I also went back to Icarus City and bought the TM for Blizzard and gave that to Jellicent. I think I got rid of Recover. So we do have an Ice type move. Other than that, I'm just going to be trying to brute force my way through the gym. If you're wondering about the levels, Iris or Drayden, if you're playing Black, will have 2 level 41 Pokemon, and then their ace will be level 43. So I'm really not too far off. My Pokemon are like 41, 42-ish. Right here's a Dino, though, something we haven't seen before. This is a Dark and Dragon type, so has a couple more weaknesses than just Ice and Dragon, which is nice. So I'm going to give it an X-Scissor. Well, I don't know if Dino's part Dragon yet. I just know it's Dark. That might not be till like Zweilous or Hydreigon. Anyways, we can move on along. Now, luckily, a lot of the trainers here just have like 1 or 2 Pokemon. It's not the worst thing in the world, I'll say that. But yeah, here you can see the first switch I step on that like moves the dragon's head. And we can continue progressing. Now, the annoying thing is, most likely after you take down all of the gym trainers, that's another thing. The gym trainers, they're like right directly in your path. I think there might only be like 1 that you can skip, if that. So you're going to have to fight all of them, and then at the end, you're probably going to want to go back and heal, but then you have to do the whole puzzle over again. It just really sucks. So anyways, we're going to continue taking these people on. And one thing I want to start talking about. So I finally got around to watching the Super Mario Bros. Movie a couple nights ago, and oh man, 10 out of 10, no, 11 out of 10 movie would watch again. It was really awesome. Like, just growing up playing Mario games and then obviously still playing Mario games, like it was just so amazing to see, all the characters somewhat come to life, and even though it is an animation, but you know what I mean. And just seeing all like the Easter eggs and references, I really liked it. I thought it was funny. I thought it was good. There's only 2 things I do have to say about it. One of them is the pacing, which I know is like the biggest complaint that people had with it. People felt like it was too quick, and I can see where they're coming from. It is only like an hour and 20 minutes long or something. I can see where they're coming from. To me, though, it wasn't the biggest deal in the world. Like, as I was watching, I was like, yeah, this is moving pretty quickly. But, like, I don't know. It is, you know, an animated kids movie, technically. And, like, it's just not the biggest deal in the world for me. Like, that issue is very, very minor. It's not big enough to, like, completely ruin the movie for me. And apparently, I heard that they based the pacing of the movie off of the fact that Mario games have become such a big video game to speedrun, and so like they wanted the pacing to be fast, like they purposely made it that way, which I can see where they're coming from. It's just kind of weird to me, like why would you base your pacing off of that? But I can see like the reasoning behind it. Still a little confusing for me, but once again, like it really wasn't the biggest deal in the world. I enjoyed every single second of the movie. The only other thing is there was a couple of characters that I thought were, you know, would be in there, or at least we would see more of. I thought Bowser Jr. would have been in there, but he was not. I thought Yoshi would have been in there more, but there was like that one seed with the Yoshi Stampede, and that was it. And who was the other character that I'm thinking of? Oh, well, you had, who am I trying to think of? I don't know, I guess a couple other characters like Daisy and like Wario and Waluigi, but I know they're probably not as like big and popular as like Mario or Bowser, of course. So, you know, they may have just not had enough room to put them in, or obviously with how good the movie's done, like Nintendo's gonna branch off and they're gonna create more movies on more franchises and probably with other characters. Like people are speculating that they could create a whole Donkey Kong Country movie. They could do something with Wario and Waluigi, or something with Yoshi, as was teased at the very end in the post-credit scene, which I did make sure to watch. And yeah, at the end, if you didn't see, you know, there's like a Yoshi egg that starts hatching and stuff, which is kind of cool. So, hold on. That did a lot of damage, but I saw your Night Slash did get disabled, so I'm gonna try to stay in here against this Strudagon. But yeah, all in all, I love the movie, dude. I mean, it's freaking Mario. I thought it was hilarious. So, really liked it. And Jelly, you still died. Well, that stinks. Alright, probably not going to bother reviving you since you are out of blizzards, but that's okay. Anyways, we've got Horton in here. Really, these trainers haven't been going too bad. I mean, again, Dragon is just such a hard type to go up against. And as you can see so far, we're seeing a lot of Druddigons and Fractures, both of which are just plain Dragon types. So your only bet is Ice or Dragon types. I will say Druddigon is incredibly slow, so you're going to be able to outspeed it with a lot of Pokemon. But just try and hit it with the hardest move you have. You know, for me, like Psychic is pretty good. X-Scissor on Escavalier would work nice. If you have a water type, though, I would definitely recommend giving it the Blizzard TM from Icarus City, or really just any other Ice type TM, because a lot of Ice types can learn water type, or sorry, a lot of water types can learn Ice type moves. Okay, so now I think we want to step on this switch, and that should raise maybe the head up a little bit. Oh yeah, we're going up another level. Let's do it. But I think we only have 3 more trainers to go. So because of my whole tangent on the Super Mario movie, this gym's going by a little quicker than I thought, but I'm not going to get my hopes up because we still have the actual gym leader battle. Alright, I went ahead and fought the ace trainer that you saw me cut in front of, and then this girl as well. I just want to get both of these trainers out of the way. I'll show you what I did when I cut back from going to the Pokemon Center, since I already know I'm going back to heal. It does get kind of confusing in that part because you sort of have to loop around and like double back on yourself, but I'll be sure to show you what I did once I come back from the cut. For now, we only have 1 more gym trainer, and yeah, we're kind of working our way on the back side of the gym, and then we'll take on you, and then we'll step on one final switch, and that will take us to Iris. Now, luckily, there is a little teleporter at the end to easily take us back to the exit. And now that I realize, I think you can take it once you enter the gym. So disregard what I said earlier. I think you can completely skip doing the puzzle, but I think I'll do it just to show you guys that last section, because after all, this is a walkthrough, and you know, I'm just nice like that. So, hey, I'll show you guys. And you know what? It's my repayment for the crazy support that you guys have been showing on the most recent video that went up over on the main channel, where I played through the post game of Pokemon Emerald, and I think that video is at like 800 something views right now, and it hasn't even been like 3 days, which is just crazy, dude. So yeah, thank you guys so much for checking out that video, and if you haven't seen it yet, be sure to do so after you watch this one. And if you didn't even know that I have a main channel, well, what are you doing? You're missing out. That channel is literally like closing in on 1,000 subscribers, which still just like, it's wild to me that I'm saying that. We are still, I think we're at 850 something right now as I'm recording this, so still a little ways away, but I have a goal of hitting 1K before the end of the summer. So basically by like the first or second week of August, you know, give or take. So that's the goal. I hope we can reach it. That's what I'm shooting for. Really pulling for that, but if we can't, not the end of the world. But yeah, I just figured I would set that goal for myself. Anyways, down goes the Fracture, and that is the last gym trainer in this place. So what we can do now is come over here and step on this final switch, and that will make this dragon's head go up to Iris. So we could take her on if I wanted to, but I don't want to. I need to go back and heal. We had a Pokemon go down earlier, so I am going to do that real quick. Okay, here we go. I am back to this trainer where I did that little jump cut earlier, and from him, all you want to do is go down and then hop on this switch, but you're going to see that kind of moves the dragon's head away from the platform you want to be at, and instead it just goes down there. So in order to fix that, you're going to have to loop back around right back to where you just were, and that will allow you to progress. And then we'll get right back to where I came back from the jump cut, and you know where to go from there. Also, I realized that the teleporter actually only takes you back to the front of the gym. You can't use it to get back to Iris, which really sucks. It's just a one-way teleporter. Not sure why they make you do the whole puzzle again, but it is what it is. So yeah, now we're basically on the home stretch. Now, I will say, Steel is the only typing that resists Dragon, I believe, because of course Fairy wasn't a thing yet. So it is pretty nice that I have 2 Steel types on my team. They will definitely come in handy. I'm actually starting this battle with Escavalier, and the gym leader only has 3 Pokemon, but you know, don't let that fool you. I know it's the 8th gym and everything. There's usually they have more, but no, these 3 Dragon types are pretty dang strong. So Iris, let's get to this battle. 8th and final gym battle. Here we go. So, doesn't matter if you're fighting Drayden or Iris. As I said at the beginning of this video, they have the same exact team. So, they will begin with their level 41 Fracture, which knows Dragon Tail, Dragon Dance, Assurance, and Dragon Rage. Now, Dragon Tail is the main move in this gym. You'll get it as a TM afterwards. And what it'll do is, it's a pretty strong physical Dragon type attack. I don't know why I always say like physical or special type. But yeah, physical Dragon type attack, and it will also immediately switch out your Pokemon. However, he also knows, well, as I said, Dragon Dance, Assurance, and Dragon Rage are his 3 other moves. Luckily, I resist Dragon Tail and Assurance with Escavalier, so he just went for Dragon Rage there. Always gonna do 40 hit points, but that's really not the biggest deal in the world, since, you know, we are this late into the game. Anyways, out comes Druddigon next, and I think I'm going to go into Jellicent here. Druddigon, as I said earlier, very slow Pokemon, so you're going to be able to outspeed it with most of the things you have. It is another plain Dragon type. As a matter of fact, there are 0 dual typings on Iris's team. And Druddigon here, also level 41, knows Night Slash, Revenge, Dragon Tail, and Chip Away. So, very diverse set of attacks, but it can't really set up with a Dragon Dance or anything. And you can see my Curse of Body came in handy right there. Came really in handy since we missed a Blizzard, which I wasn't planning on doing. And then there's Dragon Tail. So yeah, as you can see, that automatically forces a switch. But luckily we got Musharna. If we got like Seviper, that would have... Or sorry, not Seviper. Serperior, that would have sucked. But we can just hit this thing with a Psychic and we should be good. Alright, there we go. So now it's time for their toughest Mon, which... little worried for, because it can just sweep your team in a blink of an eye. That is because it is a Haxorus, the fully evolved form of Axew. It's a level 43, and it knows Dragon Tail, Dragon Dance, Slash, and Assurance. Now, this thing already has a really good attack and, you know, somewhat decent speed. So if it gets up just like 2 Dragon Dances, you're probably, like most, if not every single one of your team members are going down. So try not to let this thing set up too many dragon dances. I'm trying to kill it as quickly as we can. Now, luckily, as I said, Steel resists Dragon, and he's just going to go for another Dragon Dance. Yeah, something I've noticed in these fights when I've done, like, challenge runs and stuff in Black and White is that Drayden and Iris, they love Dragon Dance on their Haxorus, and sometimes they just use it one too many times and let you get the free kill. So there we go, we defeated Iris. That was a lot easier than I thought. I really thought, you know, Haxorus was going to be a bigger threat, but we're all good. So we get the Legend Badge, which, gotta say, pretty cool name for a gym badge. And now our Unova badge case is completely filled out. All traded Pokemon will obey us, and there's TM82 Dragon Tail, as I talked about earlier. So, not a bad Dragon-type move. Anyways, now we can take this little green teleporter pad behind Iris and head on out of the gym. That's our last time seeing Clyde, too. Maybe I should have, like, actually said goodbye to him. Anyways, Professor Juniper is waiting for us on the outside, and she is going to tell us to meet her by Route 10. So, we'll get to that in the next video, because Route 10 is... Or she's just going to take us there anyways. Okay, never mind. But yeah, Route 10 is the route that leads to Victory Road, so we are really on, like, the home stretch now. She'll also give you the Master Ball here, because, you know, it is the Professor, I guess. And I guess they didn't really have, like, a better time to give you the Master Ball. But yeah, of course you can use this to catch, you know, legendary Pokemon, or you could throw it at a Patrat if you really wanted to. But I would definitely recommend saving it for like a roaming legendary Pokemon, not like the Reshiram or Zekrom that we'll be getting soon. Anyways, that will do it for today's episode. Next time we're heading through Route 10, so be on the lookout for that. For now though, have a great rest of your day, and until next time, deuces.